Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the 157 show. Once again, my name is Jonathan. Sitting over here is Auburn Austin, maybe?
Yeah, we're going to go with it.
You didn't play last week, so you can't lose.
I was at heart.
Okay. All right, so Auburn Austin sitting right over here. First and foremost, before we can dive into the video, you guys know the deal, man. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, that like button. Drop a comment below. Let us know what you guys think of the playoff picture here in the top four, because, I mean, there was definitely, I won't say surprises, but there was organizing surprises, I guess. Kind of.
How you had to break it down? The ranking structure changed this weekend with the Alabama game.
Yeah, and for the first time ever, we're actually seeing some a new, I guess two new teams are in the playoffs, but one group of five that has never happened before.
Yeah, well, Michigan. Well, okay,
Michigan joined in, and then Cincinnati being a group of five coming in for the first time.
And this is only Georgia's second appearance, so everyone's complaining about the college football playoffs.
SEC bias.
Yeah, that and how it's always the same three or four.
Right.
Well, guess what? This year you have, in essence, three new teams.
Yeah.
Because I think Alabama's made 7 of the last 8 playoffs.
They've made every playoff but one.
Yeah, so 7 of 8, and then Georgia, like I said, this is their second. Michigan, their first, and then Cincinnati, obviously, their first. So before we dive any further, congratulations, Cincinnati, for being the first.
Yeah, big thing on that. Congratulations, Cincinnati, for making it in.
Now you got to step up and play ball.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt about that. That was definitely interesting for to see them make it in. But now, don't get me wrong, this isn't like a normal thing that's going to happen yearly, because they definitely had to have some help. You know, in other factors came into play for them to be able to make it in. It's not like they just won out and they were in. You know
it was
what I mean?
Close. Had Oklahoma State not been stopped at the half-yard line, it would have been a tough conversation to have.
Yeah, no doubt, because that was an interesting game too. If you haven't seen it, the Oklahoma State Baylor game was a phenomenal game. First off,
down to the
literally half-inch yard line. I mean, it was that close. Yeah. So that was definitely an interesting game, and then, I mean, the Michigan just straight up routed
42-3.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Yeah,
and then we'll get to the other one later on.
We'll talk about our SEC championship
Alabama did their
review.
thing. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not going to dive too far into it, but Alabama did their thing.
All right, let's move on.
So, but no, I mean, it's nice to see some new faces in there. You know what I mean? You know, Clemson is not in there. Oklahoma's not in there. Who else isn't in there? Ohio State's not in there. So that's, I mean,
those are your big
main ones. Yeah, that's your big main ones. Now, of course, Alabama bias supposedly is live and all this other stuff with how they were ranked and all that. Because people were saying in Reddit and just different places that Michigan should be 1, which is not the case.
Negative Ghost Rider.
If you haven't seen the rankings, it's
Alabama,
Michigan, Georgia, and then Cincinnati right behind them at 4.
I have no issues with the rankings.
I don't either.
I think they're great. That's what I texted Saturday night once all the games kind of concluded. I'm not sure if I texted you, but I definitely texted a few folks, and I agree with the rankings, and I'm happy where they are.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward, spoiler alert, to a rematch of the SEC National Championship.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
SEC Championship as the National Championship.
And this is just me and just my thinking, but I think they ranked these teams the way they did specifically to avoid an immediate rematch with Alabama and Georgia.
I thought that has
been
in the beginning, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think that really.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Georgia would whack Cincinnati. I mean, they wouldn't even be. It probably wouldn't be a game. The way Cincinnati's played against like Navy and some of these other teams, it wouldn't even be a game. Georgia would just dominate them on the defensive side of the ball, I think.
So, do you think Alabama's going to dominate them?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're clear.
No doubt.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Let me say this: if Alabama plays the way they played Saturday, all in, they're gonna win the whole time. They're gonna win all. They're gonna win out. They're gonna win the national championship. Now, if they play the way they did Saturday.
So I saw an article talking about Alabama football, and they say as long as Hyde shows up and not Jekyll.
Yes. Yeah.
So as long as you get everything together and you're working together and the O-line's cohesive and kind of actually sustaining blocks.
Yeah, and I was kind of
opening up the run game. Yeah, I was too.
I was very surprised.
Now, you saw him falter in the third. See, we're getting off topic with this one.
I know, but it's hard. But I mean,
you saw him falter in the third quarter where they started blitzing more. But we'll talk more about that later.
Yeah, we'll get into it in another video.
So Alabama's going to play Cincinnati in the Cotton Bowl.
Yep. Which
Alabama opened as a -13.5 favorite.
Yep.
So
I mean, this is just my thinking, and this is just me being petty. I wish Alabama would have picked Miami specifically because everyone else would have had to go farther to go to like their others. Like Michigan and Georgia had to go farther to Dallas. Cincinnati had to come farther south to Miami. Just I don't know, just to be petty.
Oh man,
just to be petty.
You're doing way more thought.
I know. I thought about it a little hard, but I mean, just to be petty for it. I mean,
Auburn's just going to Birmingham. We're good, folks.
We're going right up the road right there.
We're good up there. So I'm not sure how deep you want to get into it, but I'll say this: the thing that Cincinnati and Alabama, they both have great defenses. I think they're both top 10 actually. And then Ritter, I think's his name.
Ritter,
the quarterback at Cincinnati.
Yep.
He likes to scramble. He's the second leading rusher on the team.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that works out in Alabama.
If we can get around him and get get some pressure to him early on, I think we'll be in good standing. But I just don't, from a talent standpoint, I don't think they can match up with Alabama's 4 and 5 star. They may be good. I'm not gonna die. They're in the
good.
top 4.
They're 13. They're 13. No, they're good.
They're good, but I don't think they can match up
talent
wise. And I think they're gonna get just shellacked. I mean, when we play them, I don't know. I would take Alabama with the 13.5. I would take it just all day.
All right, so we're gonna say Alabama. Let's move on to Michigan.
I'd say I'll just throw just a off the top of the head prediction. I'll say 42-17, 42-13.
I'm not comfortable making a pick at this point.
I'm just going to throw
to the game.
Early pick.
I'll give you a pick later on, but I'm going to take Alabama to win.
Yeah.
So that's one of my teams in the national championship.
Okay.
Moving on to Michigan and UGA.
Michigan and Georgia.
Yep. Okay. So they're going to play in the Orange Bowl.
First off, I hate Harbaugh. Let me just say that. I don't like him. He looked awkward as all get out in his interview. What they did, he didn't know what it wasn't. He's not used to being there, and it showed.
He poached the defensive coordinator from the Ravens staff.
I didn't know that. From his brother?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
fact check me there, folks, and comment below if it's wrong. But I'm pretty sure I read that today.
That's funny.
I was like, hey, that's one way to do it.
That's funny.
Any thoughts on this one?
Here's the thing. Okay, Georgia was exposed a little bit in the secondary. I mean, not a little bit, a lot of it in the secondary. Against Alabama. I don't know much about Michigan's quarterback other than he hasn't thrown for like 300 yards, but like one time.
I think it's 2.
Maybe 2.
2 or 3.
Okay.
It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
It's not
a passing offense.
It's actually okay. So I said the same thing when we talked about Auburn and Penn State. I think this matchup is almost, man, my eyes look wide. I think this matchup is really close to what Auburn and Penn State was like. It's a 50-50 matchup.
Yeah.
I think Georgia has the better defense overall, but offensively, the quarterback's not used to throwing the ball and playing from behind, and they rely on the run game. And so I think that
it's going to be a low scoring.
It's going to be a low scoring affair.
Yeah.
And now a lot of people, from what I'm seeing, are
probably an early
Michigan.
Game. Quick game, maybe over early. A lot of running and stuff.
Well, they both kind of rely on their defense to control the clock, and then the run game to control the clock.
Yeah. As much as I'd like for an all SEC national championship, I would love to not have to play Georgia again because it's hard to beat the same team twice in one season.
I would be if it's a rematch.
Plus, I hate Harbaugh. I don't know if I said that already.
Yeah,
I hate Harbaugh.
If it occurs, the rematch occurs, it's going to be a different story, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that if it
happens. We'll get to it. But as of right now, my wish is for Michigan to win. 2 reasons. I guess 3 reasons. 1, I don't necessarily want to play Georgia again. It's hard to beat a team twice in one season. 2, it's something different in the national championship. And these are 2 big-time teams. I mean, classic blue blood teams in the national championship.
I agree.
3, I hate Harbaugh.
For the 3rd time.
I'm going to make sure it's no.
That's good.
I hate Harbaugh.
Comment below if you hate Harbaugh.
If you hate Harbaugh, drop a comment below. Let us know that you hate Harbaugh. But no, I just, for those couple of reasons, I'm excited to see a possible matchup with Michigan in a national championship setting.
All right.
Last time we played them, it was opening. I think it was an opening. No, it was the bowl game just a couple years ago, 2 years ago, after we lost to Auburn, and the one year that we didn't make the playoffs, we played Michigan, and if they had a quarterback at all that game, they would have probably won. But yeah, Mac Jones was in there, doing his thing before he became the national championship team winner hero dude that he became. I'm just,
You're talking stuff
dude,
I
I'm
don't
just
know about.
spewing, man. I'm
Okay,
telling
all
you.
right, you're
I'm
good.
just telling you. I'm
All
telling
right,
you.
so,
But no, seriously. Michigan is going to be a good team. This Georgia matchup again. I don't know right now who I would pick just immediately.
off the top of your head right now, go.
Oh my goodness! I
Nope,
just said I don't know.
do it.
Michigan.
Georgia. All right. There you go.
That quick. I mean, Michigan off the top of my head.
Everyone's kind of leaning towards Michigan.
I've seen Georgia play. If they can get exposed in the secondary again, I think Michigan's going to.
I'm not sure if the quarterback in Michigan has.
That's true.
The McNamara. I'm not sure if he has the ability to do so. That's the key factor.
It's possible, and that's going to be the key matchup. I think is the quarterback battles. Who can make the throws when it counts?
When it's needed.
That's the way it is. But
That's all
so
I got.
I mean, that's pretty much all we're gonna have to say about that. I mean, you got your top 4 teams once again: Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, and then Cincinnati. I think this is gonna be a great playoff. It's something different, different teams. Parity is kind of there in a sense. So
you're going Alabama, Michigan. I'm going Alabama, Georgia.
all ACC.
Sounds good.
But there's no doubt these are the top 4 teams in the nation. So we're happy to at least avoid some sort of controversy because normally there's always the 5th guy's like, oh, I want in, but
That's what you get for sitting at home. Notre Dame join a conference.
exactly.
That's enough.
Exactly right. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. That's all we had to say about it. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. Drop a comment below if you hate Harbaugh and what you guys think about the matchups. Would you have changed anything? Would you have, maybe put a team in that Notre Dame, basically? But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, man. We'll see you guys next time. Roll Tide.
War Eagle.